All right. What's good, man? It's your boy Shango the Don Ragga, fresh off a very, very deep but well-deserved nap. You heard? Supposed to do this at 3 o'clock, and yeah, it's on me, man. I overslept a little bit, but y'all still love me. All right, man. Let's get to it. Since I'm running behind schedule, I actually do have a couple of songs to review, not just play, but to review. Just a brief explanation of how the review process works. If you send in your song, if you just send your song in straight, you don't send it in with the donation or anything like that. You just send your song in straight. I'll go ahead and play it or feature it on this platform. But I'm not going to go through the whole process of giving you a review because, that's my time, my experience, being utilized. So no, you won't get a review. $10 donation, you'll definitely get a review. You'll also have your song's track info sent to Nielsen BDS Radio. Your song will definitely be placed in rotation for a minimum of 30 days on RudeboyRadio808.com. For a $20 donation or more, you'll get all of that with the inclusion of feature artist placement on the homepage of RudeboyRadio808.com. And we'll create a landing page for you to send out to my personal network of club DJs, radio station, music programmers and programming directors, bloggers. I think I got a TV show host in there somewhere. So, these are people that I have actual relationships with in music and entertainment who will actually give your song, that 4 or 5 minute listen to see whether or not it's dope enough for them to, put on their station or consider using in their show or what have you. So it's not no bullshit. So shout out to the homie DL Sloan. He's the first person to, really step up and take advantage of what I have to offer, and I hope that he's pleased with what he's gotten so far, and maybe later on, we can get a testimonial from him so that the rest of you knuckleheads know that, I'm not out here like the rest, like a lot of these other so-called music review shows that really aren't music review shows because they don't know how to review a song. All right? If you're going to review something, you got to look at the word review. If you're going to review something, that means you've already seen it and you're going back over it for some reason, right? Okay? So, number one, the whole concept or process of actually reviewing a song, it should have some steps. It should have some layers to it. So if it doesn't, it's not a review. It's just somebody sitting, in their living room or their bathroom or wherever, and just basically telling you how they personally feel about your song. Sometimes all you get is yeah, it was dope. I get at a 8. What the fuck is that? I mean, that's not 8 points based on what criteria? You understand what I'm talking about? So if these people can't tell you what their criteria is or what kind of formula they're using to review or rate your song, I mean, damn, man, y'all just giving these fools money for no damn reason because they really don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They just managed to fool you into believing that they do. So first things first, man, big shout out to the homie DL Sloan setting up for his tour. Definitely got to give him props for that as an independent artist going on tour because everything's coming out of your pocket. So he's about to head out on tour, and we're going to go ahead and get into one of the tracks that he sent for review. Let me pull it up. Well, there's more than one way to skin a cat. But going back to what I said, they should be able to tell you what kind of criteria they're using to review your music, what their music or industry experience is, that they're basing their knowledge of how to critique your song. If they don't know how to critique it from a producer's point of view, now I can see these music review shows being hosted by producers, DJs, you know what I'm saying, people who actually work with music. Laymen don't know how to, in my opinion, this is my opinion, Laymen don't know how to necessarily review your music in a way that's going to benefit you as an artist because they have no experience in the industry of making music for the purpose of selling it. You get what I'm saying? If they had that experience of making, promoting, marketing, and selling music, then yeah, they have every right, or they have every, uh, they have the accolades necessary to give you a music review. Someone who's never touched a fucking keyboard, never spun a record, in my opinion, shouldn't be telling nobody about their damn music because you have no clue what you're talking about. Zero. So, I mean, it's up to y'all because I know that there's hundreds of these little music review shows all over social media right now. And, man, you just got to learn to, I don't know, you got to look under the hood. Before you pull a car off the lot, talking about you're going to buy it and drive it, you know, you would normally want to at least look up under the hood, kick the tires, you know, take it for a test drive to make sure you're getting your money's worth. You know, y'all should definitely give the same amount of scrutiny to some of these people out here talking about, you know, they got a music review show and blah, 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 because a lot of them don't know what the fuck they talking about, and they just snoring y'all to get y'all to send them a little $5 or $10 to skip the line. And that brings me to another thing about understanding how Facebook and Facebook live streaming works. When you're doing a live stream or you're watching a live stream, you know, you might see the number of people who have entered the stream. You know what I'm saying? You might look and see that 300 people entered the stream. That doesn't mean that 300 people are sitting there continuously watching the stream. And then at the end of it, as far as views go, it doesn't mean that number of people sat and viewed your live stream for the entire time you were streaming. It just means that they came and viewed your stream long enough for Facebook's algorithm to catch it and tag it as a view. And I believe that if they watch for at least, you have to go into your insights to really be able to tell, but it's just a matter of seconds. It's not like these people sat, watched the whole show, commented, participated, or whatever. I mean, I definitely wish that they would, but it doesn't mean that that's the case. So just because someone can say, "Oh, my show got 2,000 views last week," it could be the same person just going in and out of the show for 2,000, you know, and Facebook's algorithm logs it 2,000 times. 2,000 times. It doesn't mean they had 2,000 views. It doesn't mean that they had 2,000 viewers. You know, if they really want to be open and transparent about their shows, especially if they, you know, want you to believe that their show is great and you should definitely, you know, send them your money, you know, every time that you see them on, ask to see their insights. Fuck just, you know, regurgitating the number of views that, you know, are slapped on the post or slapped on the replay of the stream once it's over on Facebook. Get them to go to the insights and show you what's really good. And if they're not willing to do that, I mean, fuck it. They after your money. Even if I would have more respect for cats if, okay, we go to the insights and we see this shit. You only had 8 original viewers, but I don't give a shit. You know, if I'm an up and coming independent artist, that's 8 people that I don't know that you helped to expose my music to. So damn sure, right? I'm appreciative of that. I'm definitely going to appreciate that because that's 8 new fans right there. 8 new fans that might buy my song off of Apple Music at $2 a pop. That's $16 you putting in my pocket. Now, out of those 8 people, when they sitting around bumping they music or whatever, at least 2 people going to ask them, "Yo, who is that?" Okay, so now that's 24 people that's fucking with my music. And it's just going to spread and go on and on and on and on and on. So, man, y'all just got a lot of independent artists, man. You really got to start understanding how all of this stuff works and as a whole with regards to pushing your music, marketing your music, and ultimately selling your music and generating revenue so that you can continue on to make new music. All right? But big shout out to the homie D Sloan. If you want to get at him on Facebook, you can go to his Facebook page, D Sloan Says This. You can also find him on YouTube at D Sloan TV. He got a SoundCloud. You can just go to D Sloan Says This on SoundCloud, D Sloan Says This on Twitter, and D Sloan Says This on Instagram. All right, the first track that we're going to review is his joint called White Flag, and he told me that White Flag is actually set to release February 3rd, 2020, so be on the lookout for that. So let's get into it, man. Start this review. White Flag, D Sloan, let's get it.
I want this life forever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, I paid the cost to be the boss. Yeah. Got 'em waving the white flag. They didn't think that I would last. I always chuckle when we cross paths. Ghetto go, bruh, do the math. Yeah. Never catch me off my toes. Always on my P's and Q's. Didn't hear it from the source, so you know it's fake news. They be looking for a clue. Say I'm acting brand new. Hell yeah, this is brand new. I bossed up. I'ma do what I gotta do, and that's that. They wanna end me, all I do is bounce back. They waving the white flag. 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 I'ma do what I gotta do, and that's that. They wanna end me, all I do is bounce back. They waving the white flag. 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 Had to run it up a milli. I done bust through the ceiling. Full steam, ain't no stopping this. More wins getting to the chips. They be trying to put a label on me. Different style, different flavor, homie. Hot sauce, I be steezing on them. I been going plain Jane on them. I got the skills, and it's paying the bills. Yeah, they gotta be ill. They knowin' the deal. Yeah, they wanna chill. I don't got the time. Yeah, they at the party. I'm out on my grind. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna grind for me. Footwork 10 toes down. 24/7, I put it down. Sloan zone, he be moving around. Jay Crawford with the crossover. They can never stay in front of me. Cutthroat in this industry. Old friends turn to enemies. What I gotta do, and that's that. They wanna end me. All I do is bounce back. They waving the white flag. 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 I'ma do what I gotta do, and that's that. They wanna end me. All I do is bounce back. They waving the white flag. They waving the white flag. They waving the white flag. They waving the white flag.
I want this life forever.
All right, that was my man D Sloan, White Flag, and that's actually a single set to be released February 3rd, 2020. So my first thoughts upon listening to the song is that it reminds me of an era where um, imagery was kind of everything with regards to making dope ass tracks. It was about transporting the listener to a place, to a time, and basically setting them up for kind of like an out of body experience. I guess that's the best way to say that. But with regards to the artistry of the track, um, the concept is pretty easy to figure out. He's definitely saying something to his haters and letting them know that no matter what they try to do, no matter what they try to put in front of him, no matter how they try to drag him down, he's going to overcome that. So from that aspect, it's a very it's a motivational type of track. Um, and it's saying that they're waving the white flag because eventually they're just going to have to give up. They're just going to have to surrender. Trying to use their hatred of what he's doing in order to bring him down. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling that. Production. The production is solid. I like the beat choice. A lot of times, artists, especially today, artists tend to follow trends. Go after more of the trap sound. What you would normally expect when you hear a hip hop track. And I say normally now because everyone kind of wants to follow behind the trap sound. Deep bass, or 808 beats. Right in the pocket of that 70 BPM / 140 BPM mark. So I like the fact that he chose to kind of go a different route with the beat selection, and the tone of the track actually does kind of help to set that really somber mood, as if you're about to sit down and have a one-on-one with one of your haters and let them know that, look, bruh, no matter what the fuck you try to do, homie, you're not gonna stop me from doing this. So you can either roll with me or get rolled over. So I like that the beats production, in my view, was solid. A lot of use of the synths. If you were listening to the song, let's go back to it and check out how the beat actually sounds.
I want this life forever.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay, so up to that point, it's kind of reminiscent of old RZA tracks. How RZA from Wu-Tang would sit down and produce tracks and bring them in with, a lot of sound bites from martial arts flicks. But the martial arts flicks, especially back in the 70s, they used a lot of traditional instrumentation, in Chinese theater. So it kind of put me in that mood of, either that Chinese flute sound, Chinese kettle guitar sound. So I like that a lot. So as far as artistry goes, definitely giving 10 out of 10. As far as the beat selection goes, I'll give it 8 out of 10. So that's 18 points right there for Mr. D. Sloan's song. Marketability. In these days and times, as far as putting a song together, making sure that the production of the song is industry competitive. Not industry compatible, but industry competitive. Meaning, if I'm a record label executive or if I'm a music programmer at a radio station, I want to be able to listen to your track and know that it was professionally produced. It doesn't sound all staticky. It doesn't sound raw like it was recorded from cassette to cassette. It has a very crystal clear, clean sound, and it leaves a digital imprint. I want to be able to look at the MP3 file and see that the metadata is correct. It shows me the artist's name, the title of the song, what year the song was made, if it's a part of a project or a compilation or an album, who produced the track. If there's a record label, I want to see that in the metadata. And if it's been published anywhere on the net or anywhere, period, the publishing company's information is also within that metadata. So when I received the track from Mr. Sloan, I didn't have to do anything but load it up. I didn't have to type in any metadata. I didn't have to, really do a whole lot. I did, however, ask him for ISRC. And the ISRC or the UPC code becomes important if the song is already on, might as well say on the web, for retail. When music is or media is sent to Nielsen BDS Radio, those things become all the more important because they can use the ISRC codes and the UPC codes to track the amount of sales your song is getting. They can also use it to track how many times your song is being played, whether it's being played on an internet radio station like Rude Boy Radio 808. If someone just clicks on it on the Apple Music site and streams it to preview, all of those different things are logged and taken into account. What Nielsen BDS Radio will then do with all of that information is determine whether or not your song has achieved placement or met the criteria for placement on the Billboard charts. So that's why sometimes you look on the Billboard charts, if you're familiar with that, and you'll see names of artists you never heard of. You got to think about it. Before Old Town Road, no one knew who the hell Lil Nas was. It's not like, he had been seen around, running through the circuits a lot and being wildly popular nationwide. Now, he might have been doing some things where he's from, but nationwide I'm talking. Just seemed like he came from nowhere. He wasn't part of any big label. They didn't do any precursory work to alert the public that, hey, we got this brand new artist named Lil Nas, and he got this joint called Old Town Road, and da da da. We didn't really see any of that. That's because nowadays artists, especially independent artists, actually have the ability to emerge on the scene with zero help because of companies like Nielsen BDS Radio or Nielsen SoundScan. If you have a large internet following, I'm talking about if on your Instagram, let's say you have 30,000 people on your Instagram account, and you have the ability to convince all 30,000 of them to purchase one download a week off of your latest album that you put on Apple Music. Okay? And say that you got 10 songs on that album. Okay? So it's not just 30,000 downloads and then that's it. It's the 30,000 downloads that attract the other, 170,000 people that say, well, shit, it must be hot if you already got 30,000 downloads. So artists can leverage their social media equity to achieve Billboard chart placement by having their music's information with Nielsen BDS Radio. So that's why I add that on as an incentive. When people actually send a donation in with their song, I automatically will take that song, get all the information that I can from the artist, and submit their song to Nielsen BDS Radio so that they can track that song. Okay, so as far as marketability of the song goes, even though I love the production, and I can definitely understand where he's going with the song. If I gotta say whether or not the song gets a full 10 points, the only thing that the only thing that I can think of off the top of my head that would probably work against this song with regards to its marketability is the demographics of the audience. When artists start creating songs, when you're sitting at home writing a song, or you're sitting in the studio writing a song, you really have to start to think about who you're writing a song for. Who do you want to listen to the song, dance to the song, buy the song? Who? Because that really becomes important. If you say I want teenagers, from the ages of 14 to 17 to buy this record, this song would be too deep for them. For some, it might be. They would probably listen to it, but they wouldn't necessarily buy it. Because they really, unless they're really able to connect with D. Sloan. Now, people from where D. Sloan lives at, with the proper marketing, the proper promotional push, radio commercials on the local radio stations in his hometown, posters spread around the crucial parts of town, around the colleges especially, around the nightlife industry areas of his hometown. And then, of course, word of mouth, just having a solid street team out there, approaching people. Hey, have you ever heard of D. Sloan? Yeah, he repping for the city. Check his latest track out. Maybe having some kind of promotional material that gives away a few downloads. I would say, yeah, it would bubble where he's from, but on a more nationwide basis, he would definitely need the social equity gathered from doing a tour. And just so happens, Mr. D. Sloan is doing that. So he's already stepping out on tour, and that, will hopefully garner him the necessary fans to take this song and his other songs over the top and move him into that next level as far as being an artist goes, and get him, the visibility and hopefully the industry credibility that is needed to step out of obscurity, step out of the shadows, and kind of step onto the main playing field. So now that we've actually verbalized our reasoning as far as marketability, yeah, I'm going to give that a 10. Because I think he's definitely, if you're willing to take money out of your own pocket and go on tour, damn right, man, you deserve a 10. So as far as artistry goes, we gave him 10 out of 10 points. The production of the song, we gave 8 out of 8 points, 8 out of 10 points. And as far as marketing goes, definitely giving it a 10. So out of a possible 30 points, on our little scale here, D Sloan gets 28 out of 30. So the only thing that kept you going, the only thing that kept this song from being a 30 out of 30 song is the production. Even though I love the way the beat works with the song, I just think that when other producers hear it, they're going to critique the hell out of it, and they're going to pick the beat apart, because it's not that original. It doesn't really contain a lot of original things. Now, if in the liners or something like that, if this was if this was actually an SB 1200 beat, and you could really lay out some super obscure samples that would probably take the best of them. They would probably take Kid Capri or Beat Rock or Scott Storch or Kanye West or whoever, 100 years to figure out where you got that sample from. Yeah, definitely 10 out of 10 on production. I'm definitely going to be a little bit harder on songs when it comes to production, because I'm listening with the ears of a DJ and a producer myself. So big shout out to D Sloan for getting 28 out of 30 on his song. And the song is already in rotation on RudeboyRadio808.com, finishing up his homepage placement as a featured artist, and definitely putting his landing page together so that we can send the song out I can send the song out to my network of DJs, club DJs, college radio station DJs, music bloggers, music programming directors at a few FM radio stations, and definitely a lot of internet radio stations. So yep, that's how that works. So quit bullshitting when you log in or when you check in and check out my review, man. This is an actual music review show. Not I'm gonna sit here and play your songs and ask you to send me $5 or $10 to skip an imaginary line type of show. All right. So the second song that D Sloan sent to us is already on a project, his Motivate and Navigate album. It's called All Day, produced by young producer, young pair, and let's get to it. Gonna get to it right about now.
I want this life
Anything
forever.
less than 10 times 10 is unacceptable. Make sure what you're doing in life, you go all in or nothing at all. They will always try to defeat you, but you gotta stay motivated and navigate through the fakeness. You understand me? Let's get it. This is heavy worldwide, I be dropping. Yeah, they wanting me to quit, but I ain't stopping. Too gamed up, keep my shoes laced up. Sloan zone, let me show you how to boss up. Make this look easy like a layup. Been played for a fool, but I stayed up. Self-motivate, self-navigate. Keep my grass cut low so I can see the snakes. Every OG I appreciate. I've been soaking up game, that's my mind frame. Making up plays each and every day. I gotta get to it, no play. When you get into it, no time to waste. Tryna block blessings, get up out the way. I can't trust no skio. Everybody I'm around, stay trio. All day. When the yaper come around, I'm around. When the yaper come around, I'm around. I'm just saying. All day. 24/7, 365. I'm on my grind. Homie, I be getting mine. All day. When the yaper come around, I'm around. When the yaper come around, I'm around. I'm just saying. All day. 24/7, 365. I'm on my grind. Homie, I be getting mine. All day. They'd rather see me rotting in a jail cell. Or 6 feet deep when the smoke clears. Family on my mind. Money on my mind. I invested in myself, bruh. It's game time. I own all my masters, that's bossing. True. All independent, I'm awesome. True. In Fashion Nova, she killing them. True. She wanna be saved, I'm not feeling it. That ain't my job, I ain't Billy Bob. Go find another, you can try to rob. Making power moves on IG. Longevity, hella high key. Setting up things for the future. I will never ever live fruit. Trying to stop me, that's just not smart. Making my music from the heart, from the start. All day. When the yaper come around, I'm around. When the yaper come around, I'm around. I'm just saying. All day. 24/7, 365. I'm on my grind. Homie, I be getting mine. All day. When the yaper come around, I'm around. When the yaper come around, I'm around. I'm just saying. All day. 24/7, 365. I'm on my grind. Homie, I be getting mine. All day. All day. All day, all day, all day.
Enough electoral votes, more than 270, more than enough to become the 44th President of the United States. He will be the first African-American President of the United States.
I've been broke all my life, but I kept hope all them nights. You see business in my city? Yeah, they closed all them twice. I was just riding down Salem, all them damn potholes, I can't drive. I know y'all can fix it faster, but I know y'all won't try. Don't nobody care about us, and that's why I don't vote. Voted for Obama back in 2012, I remember that's when I had hope. He was saying, yes, we can, and everybody got less food stamps. And when I turned 21, I was still broke, I'd never vote again. I don't think I ever had a president make my life better. Did it all on my own, ain't no politician ever do a nice gesture. I don't even know the mayor's name, I ain't never seen her one time ever. Tell me how she gon' help the city. What I'm supposed to do, write letters? What I'm supposed to do, blame Trump? He ain't never really gave a Ain't nobody raised minimum wage. None of these jobs pay enough. I think they just wanna keep us broke, cause they ain't putting nothing in place for us. This how all my people feel, but we gotta learn. We complained enough, let me change it up. Everything I just said, everybody I know think the same way. See, they don't wanna see us vote, and we never do, so we see the same thing. But all our votes really do count, and they'll never really let it show. So now I'm finna break it down, cause if I don't, you would probably never know. First thing first, you know back in middle school when they taught us, it was 3 branches of the government. We forgot it when we got older. It's the judicial, the legislative, and executive. But all we know is the executive. That's the mayor, or the governor, and the president. Now none of them 3 people make no laws, they just be checking them. The laws come to their desk and all they do is say no or yes to it. So when the news station tried to tell us that Barack Obama couldn't put us on, we was all salty at Obama when it was the Congress members all along. We gotta focus on the legislative branch, yeah, they the ones that make the laws. Yeah, they the ones write how much food stamp money you get on the card. But when people that wanted to help us wanted the job, I know they probably lost. Cause we ain't even know their name, we ain't know their face, we ain't know it all. So the Congress or the State House, that's legislative, they make laws. So what we want from the president is what they do, okay y'all? See, they election every 2 years, but we don't ever even go to those. The Congress, they can raise minimum wage, but we ain't even really know it though. So you know how back in '08, when we all voted for Obama, we was all supposed to go back in 2010 and vote for the Congress. Cause they the ones make child support laws, they the ones choose if your kids at school get to eat steak or corn dogs. The State House make the court costs. So if the country failed, then you can't say it's them, it's your fault. Cause y'all ain't know to vote for Congress members that was for y'all. And they don't gotta leave after 4 years, and we just let them sit. See, they don't wanna tell you this, they want you to focus on the president. Now the third branch is the judicial, that's judges. They the reason why John Crawford and Trayvon ain't had justice. So when Meek Mill got locked up just for popping willies, we blame the judge and not the city when they let her get voted in, cause they ain't know who to vote against. Imagine life on the other side. Roads better, schools better, everybody get their license back. Grocery store food better, custody of your kids back. Homeless people get new shelters. If we gon' fix the US, we gotta start with them 2 letters, me and you. Somebody told us that the government wanna keep us broke, but the only reason why those people in the government is cause we ain't vote. And I ain't talking about the president, I'm talking about the ones we ain't know. See, they was gonna try to keep it low, but it's gonna hurt them when they see the polls.
Every time you stay home, someone is making a decision about you, making decisions about the air you breathe, the water you drink, the food your kids eat, and how much money you bring home every 2 weeks. So every time you sit out an election, every time you don't show up because you think it doesn't matter, someone else is happy that you didn't show up, so they can make that decision for you. Vote.
All right, back at it inside the Play of the Sled show. Actually got through doing a couple of reviews for, well, actually we did one review. We just reviewed White Flag, and we are getting ready to review All Day. All Day to me has a very West Coast influenced or even Midwest influenced type of vibe to it. Definitely reminiscent of Exhibit style. Maybe even RBX, you know what I'm saying? So I I am a huge fan of West Coast hip hop, so the song definitely um, gets me moving, makes my head bob. You know what I'm saying? But just to be clear, and just to let people know how we actually go about reviewing tracks on the Play of the Sled show. It's actually four categories that um, that the song is critiqued by, and each song can get 10 points in each category. First is artistry, and artistry doesn't necessarily mean originality. Artistry of the track means really when you look at the overall concept of the song, does it does it signify deeper thinking? Because we can all see the same thing and talk about it. You know, we can all see the same thing, go through the same experience, but relate it to people in a completely unique and different way because each of us is different. We're not the same. So that to me is the sign of artistry. And I know it sounds like I'm talking in bubbles. This is what happens when you take a nap for too long and you just kind of jump up out of your sleep. But excuses, right? But that to me signals artistry. Second point is production quality. If it sounds like someone actually took the time to go into a studio and have the song properly mixed, that is going to jump right out at people. If it's crystal clear, if everything's in the pocket, you are definitely going to hear that right off the bat. Now, if it sounds like it was recorded, on your great grandmama's boombox that you found in the back part of the closet or something, that's going to show too. If the song is staticky, if the beat doesn't pop, and it doesn't sound pristine, if the vocals are too low or too loud or distorted, overmodulated, you're definitely going to hear that. And honestly, if the beat itself is just a junk beat, it'll definitely stand out. So production quality is key to having your track noticed by radio stations in particular. It has to be recorded and professionally engineered and mixed in order for it to be radio competitive. If it sounds like garbage, if it doesn't sound like it was mixed properly, no general manager of a radio station is going to approve it being played. They're just not. It's just going to mess with the sonics of everything else that's on the station, and they're just not going to feel that. Marketability comes in as far as the artist's overall presence, from looking at the artwork of the song, from looking at the bio of the artist, looking at their internet presence. Are they on all of the social media sites? Are they active on all of those sites? Does it appear that they have a significant fan base? So that's how another 10 points is generated. So the music review or the song review itself is not just me sitting here talking to you guys on a live stream. There's other things that take place outside of me actually sitting here. So again, if you're sending your music and sending your money to people who don't do that, you're only fucking yourself, in my opinion. Although originality doesn't really play into the overall rating or completed review of the songs based on the way that I do it, originality is important, man. Because we can all talk about the same thing in a different way, but after a while, if it just seems like you're regurgitating what someone else is doing and you're pretty close to the exact way that they're doing it, I mean, how seriously do you think people are going to take your music? We can only hear about quote unquote niggas fucking on another nigga bitch so many times. Is that the total is that the whole part of your existence? You know what I'm saying? That I could talk about that and go deeper into it, but I won't, because we still got to finish this review. So with regards to artistry, like I said, the song has that West Coast vibe. So this song definitely has a vibe. So from the producer's standpoint, he was definitely going after that bounce feel. So as far as artistry goes, I'm going to give this song, I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 7. Production quality, you can definitely tell it was professionally produced. And not everybody can pull off that West Coast bounce type of sound. You just can't. there's ways to make it sound corny, but this was kind of a combination of not just West Coast. I felt like there were some elements of the Midwest in there as well. So as far as production goes, I'm definitely going to get out of 10 because the beat was dope and it made me move. Marketability all day. I can see that on T-shirts. I can see it. I can see people, hashtag all day on, in their social media. I can see that popping off. So as far as marketability goes, I think the song is very marketable. I think the concept is far-reaching and can cover a lot of different demographics all in one swoop. It's not pigeonholed into one type of audience or one type of crowd. So based on that, as far as marketability of the song goes, I'm definitely going to give it a 10. So out of 30 points, All Day scores 27 out of 30. So 27 out of 30 for All Day and 28 out of 30 for White Flag. So Mr. D. Sloan, you are very much so well on your way to doing some great things in the hip-hop industry. If you go and visit his website, yes, the boy has his own website, dsloansaysthis.net. You can learn a lot more about the artist, and we'll definitely get that up so that people can see, where the website is. But it's at dsloan.net. And artists, man, if you don't have your own website, hey, you got to get on that. It's 2020. You got Weebly letting you do free websites, Wix.com letting you do free websites, and I say that because even though it's great to have yourself on all of these different social media sites. It's great to be on Facebook and YouTube and SoundCloud and Twitter and Instagram, but what happens if all of those go away? What happens if Mark Zuckerberg wakes up and says, you know what? I don't want no fucking independent artist shit on my shit. Take it all off. And he can because he owns it. He owns Facebook. YouTube. What if Google says, you know what? We're not going to continue to allow independent music artists to monetize their videos and albums and whatnot through YouTube. Okay? And what if SoundCloud gets taken down for violating some obscure federal law? Or if the same thing happens to Twitter or Instagram? A lot of us would be stuck. But if you have your own website, it's like having real estate on the internet. Once you have real estate, once you have a plot of land, you can let the land just sit there for years and years and grow up with weeds and bushes and shit until you get everything right and decide, you know what, I'm going to build a house on that plot. And you have every right to build the house there the way you want to because you own the land. You understand what I'm talking about? So that's what having your own website is like, especially as a music artist. You need your own website. And in these days and times, there's no freaking excuse other than you just being lazy as hell. So invest in yourself and erect your own website. Get your own website up and popping, man, so that you can present your music the way that you want to present your music. But if you want to learn more about D. Sloan, you can go to his website at dsloansaysthis.net and check in on, more of his music. So I've heard some dings and felt some vibrations during the time that I've been talking, so that probably means someone has sent in some music, so we're going to check it out. In the meantime, man, I like this girl. I like this girl. Y'all might not, but I like this girl, man. She goes by the name The Duchess. She goes by the name The Duchess. Not to be confused with the Duchess from Black Ink. But her track is called Go Shit. Let's get into it, man. Thanks for tuning in to the Player the Slayer show with your boy Shango the Don Ragga.
Tell the beeper to turn that shit down. Hey. I done made a fuck
nigga feel special, but I'm really not impressed. I'll bring that smoke like an espresso, make you bitches clean my mess. Though been that dog like on Pecco, been that block up in the stretch on a thugger and some grimy shit. You know I'm from the West Coast, bring that heat like the summer, bitch. I'm beach bumming. I bring them leashes for you bitches, so ho keep coming. Buy my umbrella for the shade that y'all keep throwing. Blue face said it best, where the beef, bitch. I been hungry. Fuck you talking about some problems. Tell your kindred shit before we gotta rob 'em. This ain't no Scooby-Doo mystery, we solved it. I'm on my Queen B shit, bitch. I feel flawless. I be on my West Coast go shit. I be on my West Coast go shit, my nigga. I be on my West Coast go shit. I be on my West Coast go shit, my nigga. I be on my West Coast go shit. I be on my West Coast go shit, my nigga. I be on my West Coast go shit. I be on my West Coast go shit, my nigga. Flow is oh so ill. Bars like size I kill, I got it tatted on my neck. I pop my shit like y'all pop pills. I'm double mustard covered, dipped in Benny Hanna butter. Killed you bitches expeditiously, you niggas taking cover. I know I be on that West Coast ghost shit. Be on that break 'em in and rub 'em at the dough shit. Treat me like a queen in the streets, but fuck me on that hoe shit. For the pictures I say cheese, but I don't fuck with no niggas. I know I got my city feeling all rowdy. My city pop that shit, my nigga, cause we is all bout it. My city on the rise like a motherfucking rocket. My city in our bags, nigga, motherfucking pocket. Gang, know I be on my West Coast gloat shit. Pull out a lime green, coupe the bill and get ghost, bitch. My bitch is on the beam like Jack Shorty is coasted. Killer like Snoop on the wire, yeah, we posted. Yeah, I be on my West Coast bro shit. I know it's not lady like my dude, you is too focused. Tell you suck my dick real quick, then get gone, bitch. From niggas fuck with me because they know I'm on my grown shit. Yeah, I be on my West Coast go shit. I be on my West Coast go shit, my nigga. I be on my West Coast go. I be on my West Coast go shit, my nigga. I be on my West Coast go shit. I be on my West Coast go shit, my nigga. I be on my West Coast go. I be on my West Coast go shit, my nigga. My nigga. Hey.
All right. What's good? It's your boy Shango, the Don Ragga. Thanks for tuning in to the Player the Sled show. If you're just stepping off into the broadcast, we reviewed 2 songs from my man D Sloan. The first joint was White Flag, and the second joint was All Day. Artists, if you want to get your music reviewed, I don't mean just thrown into the mix and played, because I don't do that. If you want to get your music actually reviewed, send in your track to playerthesled808@gmail.com. You can also get it to me at rudeboyradio808@gmail.com. If you just are interested in having your song featured on the show, or if you're just interested in getting a little radio airplay through rudeboyradio808.com. And a word about that, because part of what my aim is to just steer artists in the right direction, because at the end of the day, for me, that's what it's all about, helping the artists. Now, you got to be careful who you're sending your music to, especially people who claim that they're doing radio airplay. So I'm just going to say this, and then y'all can figure it out. Putting a Spotify player, embedding a Spotify player on a website does not make that website a radio station. It makes it a website with an embedded Spotify player. Okay? Because that shit is not licensed and it's not monitored. So they could play your song in that Spotify playlist 100 million times, and if you're registered with a performance right organization, guess what happens to those song plays? All it's going to do is show on the Spotify side. As far as you getting royalties or whatever based on your song plays, or achieving Billboard chart placement based on your song plays, if someone bothered to send in your track information to Nielsen BDS, bruh, the only place those song plays are going to show or matter is on the Spotify side. So stop getting took by these lying motherfuckers. That's the only way I can say it. Stop getting took by a bunch of lying motherfuckers on social media claiming to be something that they not, and getting your money just basically taken off of some bullshit. do some research. Do some research and dig into it. Dig into it, man. I may not have hundreds or thousands of viewers on my live streams, but at least I tell the fucking truth. You know? All right? So at least I got that much going for me, man. So like I said, this isn't your typical music review show. Play of the Sled show is your direct pipeline to radio, as well as getting honest feedback from someone with real music industry experience and knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So if that means that only 15 people catch this, then fuck it. Those 15 will get the benefit. You know, but the other rest of y'all out there that want to keep fucking with these fly-by-night shade tree music review shows, hey, do you. Do you, man. You can only lead a horse to water. You can't make it think. Okay, next up, man, I wanted to play this homie's video again, Boss Wood. This shit is dope. So let's get into Boss Wood's video real quick, and we'll be back inside the Play of the Sled show with your boy Shango the Down Ragga.
Okay. I'm a smoker. Don't talk smoke if you don't want to smoke. Still in the game like the coach forgot to come change them. Get them out the building, folks, we can't tame them. Put me in a room with a rapper you think famous, and I'ma see how ready he is to seek danger. I don't gotta lay in the snow to make angels. I get down, this James Brown a different single. We don't gotta fuck with you niggas, so why you angry? Diamond, your people lied, you fool gazing. I scope that shit like sharpshooters. Your version of hard ain't really that hard to us. Put me in that water, I'm mimicking shark movements. Boss Wood, I'm part human, part mutant. In the neighborhood, I'm willing to mob through it, and I kick it with the niggas that people to mark useless. I'm gon' ride and that's proven. I'm not gon' hide, I'm back shooting. Bang bang, I take aim and bring pain. I'ma black out like light bills that ain't paid. I'ma max out and bust down the plain Jane for the culture. My mama told me the same thing, give me 17.5 for the t-shirt. How the fans act now, I gotta keep merch. Gotta sponsor the kid, it'll cost you a bit. All contracts gotta see me first. But get what? I ain't never signed that bitch. If you a master of your mind, better find that bitch. I'm a granddaddy, big chub, recline your shit. If you got any more to say about the guys I'm with, I'm on go. The gas and the smoke I want. The cash in your last bit of hope I want. Niggas steady telling me to leave it alone. I did try, but nah, nope I won't. I won't smoke for real. And that for anybody that mention a nigga name with a negative tone for real. You gon' make me pull up and bring to life everything I put inside a song for real. I've been pretty humble, but to think that I'm the one to play up under nigga wrong for real. My pull up game strong for real. I won't smoke for real. And that for anybody that mention a nigga name with a negative tone for real. You gon' make me pull up and bring to life everything I put inside a song for real. I've been pretty humble, but to think that I'm the one to play up under nigga wrong for real. My pull up game strong for real. I won't smoke with whoever. I'm on go, that's 2 letters. Keep an eye on your dog, I'm Cruella. Don't tell me you knew cause you do better. I'm feeling pretty gassed up, finna blast off in the space, never masked up. But I walked out with the safe, that was Craig at the end of the next Friday. But instead of yelling cut, I really did it 5 ways. I've been taking credit for a lick I really hit, but I see rappers like to do it cause it sound good. I hope whatever message in your music get you tested to the point that you just have a random bowel movement. People out here living every sentence when they quote their favorite rapper. How I know, nigga, I do it. That's why it's so important to be mindful. If you don't smoke, don't listen, cause I won't smoke for real. And that for anybody that mention a nigga name with a negative tone for real. You gon' make me pull up and bring to life everything I put inside a song for real. I've been pretty humble, but to think that I'm the one to play up under nigga wrong for real. My pull up game strong for real. I won't smoke for real. And that for anybody that mention a nigga name with a negative tone for real. You gon' make me pull up and bring to life everything I put inside a song for real. I've been pretty humble, but to think that I'm the one to play up under nigga wrong for real. My pull up game strong for real.
Man, back at it with your boy Shango the Down Ragga, the Play of the Sled show, where we feature the music of up-and-coming artists and give them honest feedback based on whatever we get from the audience, or if they actually are having their songs reviewed. Keeping things moving, man, because that's how we get down. Got this song from one of our local artists here in Hawaii, and the artist goes by the name of Orion Adamson. And the name of the track is 808 State of Mind. He self-produced it. I could have helped him out on that publishing side. But yeah, it's self-produced, and to me, the track is fire. So hopefully y'all feel the same way. But anyway, offer your input, your feedback,
Let me take you
and let
to
them know
the
how you like
HI,
it.
like we on vacation. Got the Paca Lolo rolled up just for this occasion. I ain't taking any fake eyes, not for imitation. Always been a real one, never be mistaken. I'm just saying, I'm a real one from the HI. 808 State of Mind, I drop rhymes like Einstein. Got a bomb bitch and she fine, I never talk shit, get clothesline. Watch your head fly like oh my. Smoking loud, eating loud. Throw a shotgun, then it's bumba, bitch. Cause I ain't got no time to be dealing with the nonsense. I've been cruising around the 76 out for my bar shit. All my fucking savages be looking on their hard shit. Come around my city, man, it's best that you be cautious. Let me take you to that 96706 Ever Beach, that's my shit. Run downtown, hit a lick, grind some food, then dip back to the west like that. Make a motherfucker piss every time we get stuck in traffic. I ain't got time for the shit right now. Trying to make it to the bush, cause the waves get action. Roll the window down, put the shit loud on the back road, cause you know that we about to get active. Try to slow me down at the next town, put my foot down on the gas and fly right past 'em. Fuck 'em, I'm out here trying to make my dreams happen, and nothing could ever stop me when I'm looking at 'em. I'll be damned if I'll ever be average. A local boy trying to get him. Let me take you to the HI, like we on vacation. Got the Paca Lolo rolled up just for this occasion. I ain't taking any fake eyes, not for imitation. Always been a real one, never be mistaken.
Again, that's Orion Adamson. Orion Adamson. 808 State of Mind, man. That shit is dope. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the beat. Self-produced. The artist produced his own track, recorded his own track, and that's what I'm talking about, man. When you have the knowledge to do all of that, man, you're gonna be a beast. You're gonna be a definite force to be reckoned with in this industry because you don't really have to depend on nobody. That's the beauty of being an independent artist with production knowledge. All right, and the next track, man, it's a joint that was sent to me from the big homie Repo Woods, talking about Gritty 50. And for those of you who understand anything or know anything about Hawaii's hip hop in history, you know that Gritty 50 was one of the illest camps out here getting it done. I mean, those boys was hungry and they was going at it. They was getting to it, and man, you know, I definitely love to see them reemerge and get back together and continue on and do great music. But this one's called King Shit. It's called King Shit. Contains a Bob Marley sample, so we'll just kind of keep that low in the background so that Facebook don't be tripping and wanting to mute the video or mute this particular song, even though they'll probably still catch it. But let me just keep it down low a little bit longer. Okay, here we go.
Get your lighters, light up, ride a big tires. Big trucks, big guns, screaming out fire. Home of the bonfires, bump by they all learn. We smell like mango papaya whenever I burn. Eyes blurred, swear I had one too many Heinekens. But I'm in that chill club, place that I be in. I'm from the island, yeah. I'm black and Hawaiian, local girls be like, brother right there, he's so stylish. Oh, the sun's shining and I'm rhyming over beats. Don't that make you wanna move, your dancing feet? She holding hands with me, slow grinding to the beat. I just slide my hands right on the cheek. Yeah, that's the ones in her jeans. I mean, girl, you like shit out magazines. I mean, baby girl, you like shit out of niggas' dreams. And it seems that the only thing I love is my life. I never loved a chick, so she could never be my wife. So move.
Make you want to move.
Alright, cool.
You're dancing with me.
I think I hit my Kaya. Let me hear it though.
I was raised in Wyandotte, the countryside, greedy and shit with a bumpy ride down parenting how electronics fly. With celebrities idolized by all the younger guys. Shrines on the side of the road whenever legends die. Hot nigga never gets cold, we throw and let them fly. Red eyes, zigzag roads, smoking on better top. Bums taking cans out of sand, hoping for better times. The place, if you nice with your hands, then you can fuck her down the place. Put some ice just to gram, locals will cut your line up and I'm know that kind. You can chill the brothers and screws, but fucking across the line.
Make you want to move. You're dancing with me. To the rescue. Here I
We be on that pigeon blowing endo out the window, smoking with my kinfolk, skanking as the wind blows. The 6-4's cool, but out here we like them big trucks, lifting so high you need stairs to pick chicks up. Lift up my eyes, boy, don't you know I'm high, boy? Some rubber slippers, but a nigga still fly, boy. The sunshine and the weather so fine, and hey, it's gritty 50, but I won't remind them. See when I'm rhyming, I put 'em in the mood, boy. Yeah, I keep it smooth, player. I ain't tryna lose. Yeah, I make 'em wanna choose, make 'em wanna choose. We could get low, out of towners don't know. I have a summer wearing sandals, getting sand in her toes. Hey, what it is, what it do? Y'all ain't saying nothing new. She call me when she tired of you, and I don't mean to rescue.
make you want to move. You're dancing with me. To the rescue. Here I
I'm Coley and the Giant. You're now tuned in to Sink or Swim Radio, Volume 1. Gritty Fit to Sink or Swim.
Yeah, man, that was the boys from Gritty 50. Now that was circa 2008, but to me that shit still slap. I'm sorry, but it does. So welcome to the Play It or Slay It show. It's actually 5 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time, and that means it is my time. Time for me to bounce, get up out of here and do bigger and better things. Now, if you as an artist, you want to get your music featured on the show, send it to playit808@gmail.com or rudeboyradio808@gmail.com. If you want to review, if you send in a donation with your song, then we'll review it for you. But all of that information you can find on rudeboyradio808.com as far as how the donations work and all of that, and how you can, get or benefit from some of these other incentives and perks, if you will, from donating to the show. I don't charge any artist for submitting their music to be featured on the program or to be featured for a minimal amount of time on rudeboyradio808.com. If you send your music to rudeboyradio808.com, it is going to go into rotation there. It's not going to get any special treatment, but we'll definitely, make sure we get it into rotation. But if you want, or you want to be able to take advantage of some of the better incentives or some of the better amenities or perks or features, whatever you want to call it, definitely consider, adding a donation to your submission. We'll definitely appreciate it. And all donations, everything, it just goes right back into rudeboyradio808.com and keeping all of this rolling. All right. With that all being said, I need to go have some coffee, even at 5 o'clock, man, because I think I just slept too long. Need to have myself some coffee so I can wake up and get my brain completely functioning, man. But thank you so much to those of you who tuned in. Thank you to the artists who submitted their music. Hope you learned something today from the broadcast. So tune in next time, man. I'll see y'all again on Friday night next week, 7 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time, for another edition of the Play It or Slay It show with your boy Shango the Don Ragga. God bless you. Y'all guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you next time. I'm out.